Travis Scott recently announced something that most artists rarely even attempt. He's bringing his massive Circus Maximus tour to China, specifically Hainan. This marks his first ever performance in China, and it's not just another international gig. This is a strategic move that signals the power of building a global brand that transcends industry and borders. In this video, we explore how Travis Scott is creating a global brand, why his upcoming China tour stop is significant, and how adopting a global mindset can transform your own personal brand or business. Whether you're an artist, creator, or entrepreneur, understanding how to build a global brand could be your next unfair advantage. And right now, the Chinese market is a massive, fast-moving ecosystem, a goldmine of untapped attention that rewards creativity, consistency, and cultural awareness. And best of all, it's more accessible than most people think. Travis Scott has never just been an artist, he's a brand. His collaborations with Nike, Dior, McDonald's, Fortnite weren't just product drops, they were cultural movements. But here's the key. Many of these partners already have deep roots in China, and Travis benefits from that global infrastructure. Take Nike, for example, one of the most dominant Western brands in China, generating over $7 billion in Greater China revenue in 2023 alone. They've mastered the art of localizing product lines for Chinese streetwear culture and launching limited edition drops around the Chinese festivals like Singles' Day and Lunar New Year. Travis's Nike collabs, including the Cactus Jack Jordan series, are often sold out globally and actively resold in China's sneaker resale markets like Dewu and Nice. Even Dior, whom Travis collaborated on a capsule collection in 2021, has a major footprint in China. The brand ranks among the top luxury labels on Chinese social platforms like Rednote, Xiaohongshu, and Weibo, with influencers regularly showcasing exclusive products tailored to the Chinese market. By partnering with brands that already understand the Chinese consumer and already operate within platforms like Douyin, Tmall, and JD.com, Travis is tapping into an established bridge that makes his brand more accessible and more recognizable in a completely different ecosystem. It's not just about the collab, it's about who you collaborate with and whether those partners can help you scale globally. The decision to perform in Hainan, China is about more than just hitting a new market. It's about optics, alignment, and future-proofing. Hainan is being developed into an international tourism and luxury consumption zone, part of a long-term government push to boost domestic spending and global appeal. Think of it as China's answer to Dubai or Ibiza, with duty-free malls, high-end resorts, luxury fashion zones, and a growing reputation as a Gen Z vacation hotspot. For someone like Travis, who blends streetwear with high fashion and who sells exclusivity as part of his brand, Hainan is a perfect visual and cultural match. It's where fashion, music, and lifestyle align. It's like how he curated his actual world universe. There's also a logistical upside. Performing in Hainan may come with fewer regulatory roadblocks than staging a show in Beijing or Shanghai. It offers a splashy entrance into the Chinese market without getting caught in some of the more sensitive cultural or policy tensions. So when you zoom out, it's clear, Travis isn't just adding a tour stop, he's placing his brand in a setting that visually and culturally aligns, while riding the wave of China's growing push towards global creative relevance. But showing up physically is only one part of the equation. To truly make an impact, especially in China's digitally native market, you need to be where people spend their time: online. While Travis has a strong name recognition across North America and in Europe, his presence on key Chinese digital platforms is still minimal. He's barely active on Weibo and Rednote, which are the equivalent to Twitter and Instagram respectively, and doesn't engage directly with fans on Douyin or Bilibili, the equivalent to TikTok and YouTube. And although his music is available on Chinese streaming services, but rarely promoted locally, this is a gap and also a huge opportunity. His aesthetics and energy match the taste of many Gen Z users in China, but if his team doesn't bridge the gap between Western and Chinese platforms, the potential will remain untapped. Imagine localized content clips from the Hainan show going viral on Douyin, or fan-focused interactions on Weibo. If done right, his presence in China could grow exponentially in a matter of months. iShowSpeed have proven this as well. With his recent trip to China where he live-streamed in multiple cities, his Douyin account has now gained over 4 million followers in just a single month. I've made a video on this China trip, click the link here or in the description to check it out. Here's where many Western artists go wrong. They either try to copy local culture in a way that feels inauthentic, or they ignore the cultural differences completely. Travis so far has stayed consistent. His core brand, psychedelic visuals, gritty textures, maximalist sound is the same whether he's performing in New York or Riyadh. But global branding isn't about being a chameleon. It's about knowing when and how to adapt while keeping your identity intact. For example, his Dior collab featured desert-themed visuals and silhouettes that resonated with the Middle Eastern aesthetics while staying true to the Travis vibe. For Hainan, we might see special edition merch, stage visuals inspired by tropical and Eastern influences, or even subtle nods in his performance design to local themes, all without changing who he is. This is the essence of a global brand, staying recognizable while being culturally aware. Travis's team has the opportunity to execute this perfectly in China. It's not about pondering, it's about platform fluency and cultural intelligence. And that, more than anything, is what separates viral fame from long-term global relevance. The global entertainment landscape has completely transformed. Streaming has torn down traditional geographical barriers, a TikTok video can go viral across continents overnight, and revenue now flows through markets that were previously overlooked. The real growth opportunities for artists and creators today aren't limited to the usual suspects like New York, LA, or London. They're emerging in places like Jakarta, Bangkok, Shanghai, Dubai, and now Hainan, China. Let's look at some of the eye-opening numbers. China has over 1 billion internet users, the fastest growing music streaming market in the world. There are more than 780 million Chinese people regularly consuming short-form video content, and Douyin specifically has approximately 755 million monthly active users. In 2024, China's e-commerce transactions totaled around 6.5 trillion US dollars, indicating the vast scales of online consumer spending. But here's the thing, breaking into China's digital ecosystem isn't straightforward. There's no YouTube, no Instagram, no TikTok. Artists, creators, entrepreneurs need to engage on platforms like Douyin, Weibo, RedNote, and Bilibili. The most successful creators carefully localize their content, build genuine cultural connections, and strategically partner with local creators and influencers. For Travis Scott, this Hainan concert isn't just another show, it's a crucial entry point. If his team plays it smart with localized campaigns, platform-specific content, or collaboration with Chinese brands, Travis could dramatically boost his presence in this massive market. To understand the true weight of Travis Scott's expansion into China, it helps to look beyond music, because the brands that are thriving globally today all have one thing in common. They've figured out how to show up in China. Let's start with Nike, one of Travis's most visible partners. Nike doesn't just sell sneakers in China, it creates China-specific product lines, runs campaigns tied to local holidays, and deeply invested in community building through local athletes and influencers on platforms like WeChat and Douyin. But this isn't just about billion-dollar brands. Smaller creators are also seeing real traction in China, and they're doing it without private jets or massive tour budgets. Take Ali Abdaal for example, a YouTuber who's built a massive following in the English-speaking world. Recently, he's been gaining traction on Xiaohongshu or RedNote, a Chinese lifestyle and content platform where he now has over 190,000 followers. His success isn't because he changed his content drastically, it's because he made it accessible. His content is subtitled, repackaged to fit the Chinese platform aesthetic, and posted consistently. He's proved that even knowledge-based niche content can cross cultural and linguistic barriers when done thoughtfully. The common thread from the mega brands to the content creators, they showed up on the right platforms with the right intent. They didn't treat China like a one-time experiment. They treated it like an ecosystem worth investing in. Travis Scott certainly has the resources to go big, but the strategies that work for him are the same ones that work for small creators too. Platform fluency, cultural awareness, and consistent content. Whether you're a Dior or two-person content team, the opportunity is the same, and the door is wide open. You can sign up to all those Chinese platforms today, right now, with their US phone number and start posting localized content. Whether your goal is to attract a following, building a global brand, or getting sales, the Chinese market is a massive, fast-moving ecosystem and a goldmine of untapped attention that rewards creativity, consistency, and cultural awareness. And it's more accessible than most people think. Let's step back for a moment. We've all heard about personal branding for years, but today, that concept is evolving. Having a strong presence in just one market isn't enough anymore. Brands now need to think globally. Travis Scott is showing us exactly what a global branding mindset looks like, looking beyond the usual platforms like Instagram and Twitter, engaging audiences on region-specific platforms like Douyin and Bilibili, understanding cultural nuances, visual aesthetics, and local preferences, creating content and merchandise with universal, yet culturally relevant appeal. You don't need millions of followers or celebrity status to embrace the global mindset. Even as an indie creator, startup founder, or entrepreneur, adopting this perspective can make your brand stand out in an increasingly crowded digital landscape. By learning how to operate across different cultural and digital ecosystems, you can effectively scale your brand globally with authenticity and real impact. Travis Scott's Hainan tour date represents more than just another concert. It signals the huge potential of international markets. Future growth in the industry isn't confined to traditional Western markets. It's rapidly emerging from regions like Southeast Asia, Latin America, Africa, and definitely China. The artists and creators who thrive going forward won't just be those with popular hits. They'll be the ones who strategically understand and actively engage with global audiences. If you're serious about reaching new audiences, tapping into global platforms, and understanding how creators and brands win across borders, hit subscribe, like, and comment. New breakdowns every week on what's working, where it's working, and why it matters. My name's 40. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.